So for today's video, we have a fun one. What if the NBA implemented 2 expansion teams this offseason and one of them got the #1 overall pick in the draft lottery? And that's what we are going to be doing today. We are getting Cooper Flagg on an expansion team ahead of the 2025 draft lottery when we're finally going to know what team he's going to go to. I'm also adding in the Las Vegas Outlaws, so we're going to also move the Memphis Grizzlies to the Eastern Conference in the Southeast Division, and then the Washington Wizards are going to go up into the Atlantic Division. And this is just for fun, obviously. I'm going to have to put on trade override for this, I believe, because yeah, I'm going to get the 5th overall pick. I'm sorry, Pelicans fans. We're swapping picks here. I mean, what if that actually happened and they got the #1 overall pick on Monday? That would be kind of insane. It would literally be the Anthony Davis situation 2.0 when they got the #1 overall pick in 2019 but didn't pair up Zion and AD. They traded away AD. I think it would have been cool in hindsight, but that team was not great around Anthony Davis. So is there any coaches that we can get to maybe be the guy? Darvin Ham, you want to be the Seattle Supersonics head coach? All right, so I tried to sign Darvin Ham, Chris Quinn, Josh Longstaff, or Sam Cassell. None of those happened. So I'm going to get Wes Unseld Jr., a former Washington Wizards head coach, to a 2-year deal. And then before we start this expansion draft, I want to go to the protected players list and make sure that it isn't going to be a nice expansion draft for us where it's kind of unfair. So for the Philadelphia 76ers, yeah, I don't think they'd be trying to keep Paul George. They try to get off that money, and they may get lucky if Las Vegas takes him because I'm not taking him. All right, so I went through the protected player list, try to make it as realistic as possible, but it actually should be a nice draft for us because this is happening in the off season, and I couldn't make the protected players amount just a very high. So there's going to be a lot of players here. Looks like you would absorb the Russ player option, and that's why he's currently red. Oh man, I'm an idiot. Maybe I didn't get it perfectly right. Brandon Miller wasn't capped. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, I assume Las Vegas is going to take him. I don't want to waste my first round pick on this, and maybe I should get punished for that. I'm going to trade Brandon Miller back to Charlotte. Don't worry, that was bad by me. But Utah had to make some tough decisions because we know they have a ton of young talent. Memphis had to make some tough decisions. OKC, Orlando, all to make very tough decisions. So I think to surround Cooper Flagg with some shooting ability, I'm going to snag Kyle Filipowski actually with the 1.1 in the expansion draft. I'm sorry, Las Vegas, you're going to get screwed up a little bit here because I'm going to trade Brandon Miller maybe for like Nick Smith or somebody like that on the Hornets. Paul George ends up going right after him, so they'd be building a fun team there. We could get CJ McCollum in Seattle. 1-year deal. The Pelicans had to make some tough decisions as well. I don't really plan on drafting too much salary, but I don't mind CJ, who we can maybe work out an extension with and is a good veteran on the team. I think we could try to get some early big man help. Wendell Carter Jr. wasn't kept, but don't love that contract long term. So I think I'm going to snag Jonas Valanciunas here. There goes Russ. There goes Cam Whitmore. Good pick by the Outlaws. And honestly, I'm just going to shore up the center duo. Let's get Robert Williams there with Jonas Valanciunas. I'm eyeing Scottie Pippen Jr. with my next pick. There's some good shooting guards. Max Christie is here as well because the Mavericks wanted to keep a lot of their like older guys NBA ready now. So let's snag Max Christie. Next 2 picks by the Outlaws. Oh, damn, they took Scottie Pippen Jr. That's who I wanted. Justin Champagnie went. I'm going to steal AJ Mitchell from the OKC Thunder. And then I think I'm going to try to steal, don't know if Jacoby Walter was kept. I actually think he was. Ochai Agbaji wasn't kept. So I'm going to snag Agbaji up there. From the North, Wendell Carter Jr. goes, Derrick Jones Jr. goes. That's a good pick. I'm going to take Lonzo Ball with my next selection here. And the other Champagnie brother, Julian, with my 9th round pick. Isaac Okoro, Neemias Queta both go. I'm going to take the high upside Mohamed Gay there, who could be a good athletic rim runner, probably coming off the bench. I'm going to steal Andre Jackson from the Milwaukee Bucks. Not sure if he's going to crack my rotation. And we'll finish things off with Bakome Dadier from the New York Knicks and Simone Fontecchio from the Detroit Pistons. We actually do get one more pick. There goes Santos and Finney Smith. And my final selection here, not a lot of good talent. I think we're just going to take Drew Timme from the Brooklyn Nets. And with the #1 overall pick, we are going to take Cooper Flagg out of Duke. So yeah, you're not going to get enough of Cooper Flagg on the channel because we are going to, or at least my next rebuild probably, unless there's an elimination rebuild between now and when the lottery happens and you'll get a rebuild on Tuesday, is going to be a #1 overall pick rebuild. And spoiler alert, I'm probably going to take Cooper Flagg #1 overall, whoever wins the lottery. You can let me know, who do you think's getting Cooper Flagg or getting the #1 overall pick in the comments here. Make your last final predictions before the lottery on Monday. And the Outlaws are trading pick 6 and Paul George for Dylan Harper. Oh my God. Okay. So they end up with Dylan Harper. And they get off of the Paul George contract. Con Knipple to the Rockets. And if you guys want to see my live reaction as well to the lottery, you can go follow my Srosh channel. It's pretty much more NBA commentary rather than 2K. And I just kind of talk about stuff going on in the NBA over there. Link to that is in the description. You'll get my full lottery reaction, and I'll live stream the NBA draft over there as well. And then I'm also going to be trading Andre Jackson to the Memphis Grizzlies for 2 second-rounders in this draft. So we got Cooper Flagg #1, and I took 3 selections there in the second round. Boogie Fland, the smaller guard out of Arkansas. Kobe Bryant, one of the best shooters in this class out of Kentucky. And then JoJo Tugler, who I never really drafted. He was one of the best defensive players in college basketball last year for the Houston Cougars, who went to the national title game. Not going to be bringing back Drew Timme, but I will pick up the option on Agbaji. All right, so instead of Brandon Miller in Las Vegas, it's going to be Tidjane Salaün. But yeah, hand up, that one's on me. I'm sorry about that. All right, so let's get back to our side of things. We don't have any qualifying offers. Obviously, I don't even know if I'm going to be active in free agency. Like, I'm fine with the guard rotations right now. CJ McCollum's going to play a ton. We have plenty of wings at the moment. I'm probably going to have to cut some guys before the season starts. And I do have like a max deal, not really a max, but I do have like $20+ million. I don't think I'm going to use that this offseason. That'll be something that we end up using down the line. Did Las Vegas end up signing anybody in free? Actually, I can't really see that right now, but McCollum regresses. Valanciunas regresses, that's fine. Pacoma Daddier up to a 72 overall. I actually can see the Outlaws. Let's see what they did in free agency. Did they add a big name? It doesn't really look like it. I'm going to re-sign CJ McCollum to a 2-year deal with a team option on the second year worth $12 million. I think it's nice to have a veteran on the team right now. And I do need to release somebody before the season starts. I don't really want to release any of my second rounders. Wait, what's going on here? Why is Kyle Filipowski at 40 overall? What? Is this a glitch? I don't know why all these guys dropped. I don't know what happened to their ratings. I did take all of them in the expansion draft. What? All right, we're going to have to fix that. I don't know what's going on. I kind of want to see if it's just going to revert back when the season starts. But I was going to try to move Julian Champagnie for some seconds, but nobody wants a 40 overall right now. What is going on? All right, I'm going to move Simone Fontecchio to the Clippers for a 2029 swap worse between them and the Sixers. Please tell me that Filipowski, Robert Williams, Lonzo Ball, and Champagnie all get fixed. This is such a weird glitch. I'm going to have to sit here and fix everybody's overalls, but this is so annoying. I don't know why 2K just put everybody's overall at a 25. Did it revert back? No. What a dumb glitch, man. All 5 of these guys just suck now. All right, so that took way more longer than it needed to be. And some of the overalls should honestly get more normal throughout the year because the potential stayed the same. So I don't know what what happened. I don't know if 2K was like, yeah, we're going to punish you for not protecting Brandon Miller. But yeah, that was pretty frustrating. So Filipowski is definitely going to start for us at the power forward. I expect him to be back to his 80 overall at the end of the year. All right, so let's start off the year with this. I do want to see what Boogie Fland can do. Lonzo and Champagnie are going to get 10 minutes tonight. And if I make some trades at the deadline for some of the veterans, like if I do sell off, Daddier, Gay, Tugler, and Bryant could all hit the rotation. So it's going to be AJ Mitchell, CJ McCollum, Cooper Flagg, Kyle Filipowski, Jonas Valanciunas with Christie, Agbaji, Time Lord, Fland, Ball, and Champagnie off the bench under Wes Unseld, weird 2.5-star defense. I don't plan on being great this year. I just hope that we can stay competitive. Who knows, though? Since we have Cooper Flagg, we actually may be a playing tournament team. And it all says that they're rookies. I don't get what glitch happened. It basically reverted all these numbers. All right, so at the deadline, we're really bad, and that's okay. I own my first round pick at the end of the year. We are 15. Did that say 15 and 36? Dan, the Outlaws are being worse than us. How are Utah is just as bad. Okay, I guess they're missing Kyle Filipowski. We have a negative 8.8 point differential. I mean, we're 20 games under 500. Cooper Flagg has been our leading scorer. Damn, I thought CJ McCollum was going to be a little bit better, honestly, and be our leading scorer this year. Filipowski's been just fine. Hopefully that overall just reverts to what it normally was at the end of the year. I think we could look to be a little bit of sellers at the deadline. I think Valanciunas, Robert Williams, Champagnie, Agbaji. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a sell-off right now. And we're going to recoup a decent amount of draft capital for this offseason, or try to at least. All right, so the first trade is going to be this trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm taking on the corpse of Mike Conley, who's 38 years old. Hopefully he just retires at the end of the year. He's making $10.7 million. I'm giving them Jonas Valanciunas in my 2030 second, but I'm getting a 2028 first for Jonas Valanciunas. And then I'm going to make this trade with the Jazz. They're going to get Julian Champagnie for me and a 2029 second round pick swap. I'm getting Tomislav Ivicic, who who is the Illinois center right now. And the Utah Jazz are willing to give me a first-round pick for Lonzo Ball, so we're also going to do two trades with the Jazz at the deadline. All right, so Nikola Jokic wins MVP. Cooper Flagg is your Rookie of the Year, 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists for us, as he's going to be the #1 guy. Cam Whitmore, okay, I think definitely deserving of most improved. 25 points on a horrible efficiency, so maybe not, because I'm sure they're playing him 40 minutes a night, and I'll go in, I could fire the head coach, and it's just going to be the same thing. Cooper Flagg, in his first year, though, all NBA third team, because he averaged 4.1 stocks a night. Hopefully, we can get him to win an all defensive award at some point in this video. He finished probably second in DPOY voting this year, only behind Wemby as a rookie, which is incredible. Yeah, we did not make the playoffs this year, which is okay. Imagine we can land ourselves a top pick to add to Cooper Flagg. The Outlaws were just as bad, so we'll see. I think we're actually going to have projected the 5th overall pick, because the Wizards, the Bulls, and the Heat were also god awful this year, so there's a chance we're picking like 7, which would stink. And yeah, Flagg ended up being our leading scorer, followed by CJ McCollum. Filipowski played pretty well, even though he did get in a little bit of foul trouble. I like AJ Mitchell on this team. I like Max Christie. Vicic, I think, was a fine backup center, because I may just let Robert Williams walk in free agency. And I do apologize about like the weird tendencies there with some of the players. I really don't know why that happened here. We have a rematch of the 2007 NBA Finals, and the Cavs are going to win this time around. Darius Garland drops 27 and 10. And earns finals MVP. So there goes LeBron. I overrided his retirement last offseason, so I can't do the same here. I'll override Russ's retirement. Maybe not Paul George's, but everybody else I pretty much overrided their retirements last year, so I can't this year. Erik Spoelstra retires. Okay, so he is no longer coaching the Miami Heat, the same Heat team that just retired LeBron James's jersey number. And here we go, the 2026 draft lottery. We can get maybe a number 2 or 1A, 1B with Cooper Flagg. Let's see if we can get lucky. We got 16 picks here in the lottery. Well, not us individually, in total now because of the expansion teams. All right, so we didn't fall to pick 7, which is great, but are we going to fall to pick number 6? No, that means we have moved into the top 4. Let's go. Give me 1, 2, or 3. I need Boozer, Peterson, or Debansa. Let's find out. We could end up being number 4. Don't be 4. Let's go. All right, so we are guaranteed one of the top 3 prospects here in the 2026 draft. Luka Doncic is a free agent as well, and I could have cap space. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. So we land number 3. That's fine with me. The Heat get number 1. So Erik Spoelstra is probably in like more of a front office role. Las Vegas gets number 2. Seattle there at number 3. That is our only first round pick in this draft right now. There may be a better pool of head coaches out here, so I think I'm actually going to fire Wes Unseld Jr. I should have just gave him a 1-year deal. I'm going to offer Joe Maz a deal, Jason Kidd a deal. None of these guys played for the Supersonics. I would love to get Kemba Walker, but that's probably going to get blocked. Let's offer Kenny Atkinson a deal, Mark Daigneault, and I offered Will Hardy a deal as well. So we went 4 for 6 here. I'll take that. I can get Maz, Kenny, Hardy, or Daigneault. I think like Atkinson's probably got the best ratings. Hardy probably fits the timeline a little bit more, and we could get Mizuo Ball. I'm going to get Kenny Atkinson on this team to be the next head coach. Can we afford that? Hopefully. Kenny Atkinson, welcome here to Seattle. Let's see where the mock drafts have us going here at number 3. Caleb Wilson. Darren Peterson's on the board. That is probably going to be the pick. I'm hoping we can add Peterson here on the perimeter. I think it's TBD what position Cooper Flagg is going to be next year. Like, he could be the 3. I could bump him to the 4. All right, so we are here the night of the draft. I don't know if I'm going to make any trades right now. Like, we don't have any bad contracts by any means, so we should have some cap flexibility for free agency. No, there goes Darren Peterson, number 1. It's kind of who I wanted there at number 3. I do think there's a chance he is the best guy in this 26 class. They get to, I mean, they had Cam Whitmore, so I don't know if they were going to take the ban. So, all right, I mean, I'm ending up with Cameron Boozer. I can't complain about that whatsoever. I mean, right now, these guys are in a 3-headed race for the number 1 overall pick in 2026, which is really cool because I feel like 2024 had a ton of variance for sure, because I think going into that draft early in the process, it was like maybe Ron Holland or Matas Buzelis or somebody like that, or even Alex Sarr. 2025, it was always Cooper. 2023, it was always Wemby. 2, it was probably Chet early in the process, and then like 1, you had Cade. I don't know. I just feel like 2024 had variance in maybe the bad way. Like some guys disappointed. I feel like right now we have 3 Cooper Flagg level prospects in the 2026 draft, which is pretty sick. And Torrey, I gotta watch more of him. He plays exactly like Anthony Edwards. Like, look him up from the McDonald's All-American game or any of his high school film. He's literally Anthony Edwards 2.0. And I also snagged a real prospect here in the second round, Drake Powell, 35th overall out of UNC. So I'm gonna pick up the Vicic, Brea, and Tugler team options. So those guys are all making basically nothing right now. Agbaji and Mitchell are hitting free agency. Can I offer Luka Doncic a deal? Wow, I could. And then some. All right, Luka, you want to come here? I will offer you a contract. Trae Young, I mean, we kind of need a point guard. He doesn't have any real deals. I'll give Trae Young a 3-year deal. And then if we don't get one of those guys, I could get Triple J. But we did just get Cameron Boozer. We could get De'Aaron Fox as a consolation as well. I mean, let's see if we get Luka. And if I get Luka, I am not going to sign Trae Young, but we got Luka Doncic. Okay, so I got to go with Luka here. We are going to renounce the rights on Agbaji, who I think we have to. We actually don't have to. Wow, but Robert Williams, we will. Mike Conley, we will. Yeah, I just landed Luka freaking Doncic here in free agency. We're having some fun. Maybe the goal today is going to win 82 games in a regular season. All right, I just offered Walker Kessler a major deal. I feel like I would love to know if they're going to match it, which they didn't. Oh my God, I just signed Walker Kessler. Let's go. We just signed Walker Kessler to a 4-year, 120 deal. I'm surprised I didn't have to renounce. Wait, it did renounce the rights on AJ Mitchell? What the heck? I thought, oh my God, that's kind of annoying. I thought those weren't highlighted, but maybe I'm tripping. Okay, I was like, wow, they allowed me to sign Filipowski, but I didn't have to renounce the rights on AJ Mitchell. Can I sign him still? No. All right. I basically chose Filipowski Kessler over Mitchell, which makes sense since I just signed Luka. Like, our lineup next year is Luka. Maybe it's going to be Christie, Flag, Boozer, Kessler. That's a lot of fun. I'm going to take a flyer on Ben Shepherd for a 2-year deal as well. And can we sign him? There we go. All right, so Luka is a 95 overall. He does regress a little bit. Cooper Flag is up to an 89. We got Kessler at an 87. He's going to do so well. Yeah, Filipowski is apparently up 33 overalls. But I thought he was going to be a little bit higher than that, than a 75, because he was like an 80 before that glitch happened. All right, and is there anybody that I want to re-sign before the season starts? McCollum, no. Christie, maybe Christie, because he does have a player option. McCollum, I don't need to. He's got a team option. So let's give Christie a nice 2-year extension. All right, so yeah, we just went from one of the worst teams in the NBA, and our goal next year is to be one of the best teams. So I think McCollum is going to be the 6th man because I like Christie's defensive help. With Cooper Flag out there to help out Luka Doncic, who we know isn't a great defender. I think Boogie Flan's going to get some minutes. Mo Gay can get like 10 minutes tonight. I don't think Ben Shepherd is going to play. Filipowski's going to get like 18 minutes tonight. All right, let's go 35 to Luka, 26 to Christie, 35 to Flag. Let's go 30 to Boozer, 33 to Kessler. I got 16 more minutes to play with. I think I'd want to get like, I don't know, we could do Bakome.ea. I think I want to get Kobe Bryant like 8 minutes tonight, see the 3-point shooting. Now let's get JoJo Tugler in there as well to see what he can do. System proficiency, 3.5 star pace and space under Kenny Atkinson. I hope that we can win over 45 games this year. We start off 3-0. I mean, Cooper Flag was a top 15 player in the league last year. He made an All-NBA team, and we just gave him a top 10 player in the league by his side. And as expected, we are one of the better teams in the Western Conference here at the deadline. We are scoring 125 points per game. Yeah, Luka Doncic is the engine for probably the top offense in the NBA, or it's up there. 25.7 points, 8 rebounds, 9.8 assists, 1.6 steals, 52, 42, 79 splits. Is that the best offense in the NBA? Yes, it is. And our defense in the Western Conference is around middle of the pack. We are on a 1-game winning streak. I thought that said 11, but that is our point differential right now. Cooper Flag is averaging 22.7 points and 10 rebounds. CJ McCollum, he could be in 6 Man of the Year conversations when it's all said and done this year. Cameron Boozer, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2.6 stocks tonight. There's Max Christie. All right, he's sliding in perfectly there in between Luka Doncic and Cooper Flag in the lineup. There's Filipowski shooting 42% from 3 off the bench. But Walker Kessler's averaging 10 rebounds a night. And to be honest with you, I don't really think I need to make any moves at the moment. There's really nobody we have to re-sign. I might bring back Mohamed Gay. Just because he's a good athlete. He could be a good backup 5. I don't know why he wants $7.5 million. That feels like a lot. We'll lower that a little bit, and I think he should sign that. All right, so we get him back on a 3-year deal. All right, so Nikola Jokic wins MVP. AJ Dybantsa is your Rookie of the Year. Edgecombe 6 Man. Depoy goes to Wemby. Amen Thompson Most Improved. Booker Clutch Player of the Year. And Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. We get Luka Doncic on All-NBA First Team. Maybe at our peak, we can get Luka and Cooper Flag on All-NBA First Team, because right now, Cooper Flag is on All-NBA Second Team. I mean, he was 3rd team last year. Much better numbers this year. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3.4 stocks tonight, 48, 36, 83 splits. There's AJ Dybantsa over there in Las Vegas, probably playing like 40 minutes a night. We get Cooper Flag on All Defensive First Team. Charles Bassey. Wow. Shout out to, okay, really good center in Utah. They don't need Walker Kessler. All defensive second team. And then we got Cameron Boozer on all rookie first team right now. So we are the 3 seed. I thought we were going to be a top 2 seed by the end of the year. We won 58 games. Shout out to Denver winning 60 games. They've added Tari Eason along the way. That's a major pickup for them. And Dallas ended up becoming the 1 seed. They've replaced Max Christie with Jaden Ivey. I'd say that's a pretty good replacement. Our leading scorers were Doncic, Flag, Boozer, McCollum finished with 14.7. Christie finished with 12.4. We're definitely going to trim this rotation down for the playoffs. We ended up with the third best point differential. The offense cooled off a little bit in the second half. We ended up with the second best offense in the NBA. Number 1 went to Atlanta, who re-signed Trae Young. And I saw they brought back DeJounte Murray as well. So for the playoffs, Kobe Barea, he's a good three-point shooter. I don't know if he's going to crack the rotation. He may actually. I don't think I really need Boogie Fland off the bench. So Kobe Barea is going to get like 10 minutes a night. Actually, you know what? I don't think... yeah, so maybe I'm going to go 10 to Gay, 10 to Brea. Filipowski, 18 is fine. 27 to McCollum. Let's go 35 to Kessler. 33 to Boozer. I want to go 38 to Luka. 39 to Flag. And we can do 30 to... Max Christie. So we're taking on Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves in round number 1. They've added Jeremiah Fears, John Collins, McDaniels, Dillingham, Gobert. They do have Jonas Valanciunas still. Let's see if we're able to beat them. We're tied 2 games apiece. Luka is, well, yeah, I guess against Ant, they are 1-1 in the playoffs against each other, with Luka winning in the 2024 Western Conference Finals and Ant won in round 1 this year. I mean, Luka and Flag are doing well. Boozer's doing well. Also, we take a 3-2 lead. Flag drops 41 points in game number 5. Kessler had 14 rebounds, and we do end up winning in 6. Wow, we scored 45 points there in the fourth quarter. Luka with 42 and 15. Flag with 26, 10, 6, and 4. And we're going to be taking on the Golden State Warriors here in round number 2. And they actually upsetted the Denver Nuggets for us, so we don't have to take on the 2-seeded Nuggets, as Luka put up 30, 10 or 30, 11, and 11. Like, that is just an absurd stat line. Max Christie needs to be better. CJ McCollum needs to be better. They're the only guys that were really like very inefficient there in round number 1. So let's see how this series against Golden State goes. Seattle wins game number 1 by 9. Cooper Flag drops 33. Game number 2 goes to Seattle, 130. Oh my God, Cooper Flag dropped 50. He's averaging 30, 10, and 5 here in the playoffs. Game number 3 goes to Golden State, 121, 119. Jimmy goes, I want to get in that 50-point club. He drops 50 as well. He had 12 free throws. Max Christie scored 24 for us. All right, here we go. Game number 4. That's going to go to Golden State. They won by 6. We have ourselves a series right now. Old versus new, basically. We do win game 5, 124, 109. I guess Luka is 0-1 against Curry, right, in the playoffs. And we do end up losing game number 6, 140, 124. So we won in 6 in round 1. We're going to a game 7 in round number 2 against the 7th seed. So the 6 and 7th seeds giving us a little bit of an issue here. We do have a solid first half, a nice second quarter, outscoring them by 13, outscore them by 6 in the third. All right, let's close this out. Bang. We are going to blow them out at home in game number 7, 133 to 97. Luka with 31, 11, and 9. Flag with 31, 13, and 7. And we are in the conference finals taking on the 1-seeded Dallas Mavericks. All right, Kyrie, Ivy, Marshall, AD, Lively. Yeah, like this is a good team. They got VJ Edgecombe off the bench. Game 1 goes to Seattle. Luka Doncic versus his old team. Gets 5 steals in this game. Shoots the ball horribly, but hits 17 free throws. Oh my God, he got to the line 23 times. Well, I guess like 23 free throws. Got to the line technically less. Flag had a triple-double in game number 2. We won both of the games in Dallas. Okay, all right. So Dallas was maybe the best team in the NBA this year, and we go up 3-0. We are not going to sweep them. They won by 5 in overtime. Game number 6 goes to Dallas. Okay, 123, 117. Luka with 39. Game 6. Okay, thank God we're not going to blow a 3-0 lead. Luka drops 30, 12, and 7, and he gets conference finals MVP. We're going up against the 4-seeded Raptors, who have added Jordan Poole along the way, as they've also drafted Derek Queen. Game number 1 goes to Seattle, 114, 108. Very close one, but hey, a win is a win. Game 2 goes to Seattle. All right, so round 2 has been our toughest series so far. Game 3 goes to Seattle. We end up winning 124, 120. I mean, a lot of these games are close, so we do have game 4 on the road in Canada. We'll see if we're able to beat them and sweep the Raptors, or they're going to force a game 5. They've had the lead for most of the game here. Can we make a late game comeback down by 11? Nope, they are going to win game 5 pretty much by 16. So on to game 6, and I just lied straight to your guys' face. That was game 4, so this is game 5 now. Not what I said. Hopefully we can now win on our home floor. It would be pretty cool to win at home. We are currently up 93-73, 104-95, and it looks like we should be pulling off the finals victory here. All right, Jordan Poole to the rim. Walker Kessler couldn't get a block there, so that's going to make it a 10-point game with 2 minutes remaining. Cooper Flag's in, Zion's and Luka's in. Can we get better floor spacing out here, please? Can Luka cook Jordan Poole? Let's see. Separation, Luka. 3. No good. RJ Barrett trying to go. Oh my God, that is the Cooper Flagg playmaking defense on display. Like, that honestly looks carbon copy of plays he made at Duke this past season. All right, double screen here for Luka. This should be an easy bucket. Oh, I didn't love that, but a beautiful roll. Come on, Boozer. Go more physical to the rim. Scotty Barnes got a very easy block right there, and Grady Dick is going to just dick all over CJ McCollum right there. All right, can we please just score? You know, that would be nice. It is a 6-point game, so I got to stop fooling around here. McCollum getting a screen. Probably had something there. Are they going to double? They are going to double. Cooper Flagg 3. Boozer, get away from me. Why would you go to me, man? The floor spacing in this game is ridiculous. Cooper Flagg got me, though. 28 points after that dunk. All right, Cooper Flagg stay in front of Brandon Ingram. Oh, he pulls up. I mean, that is his caliber of shot. He does miss it. I'm not going to say that's the dagger, but let's just waste some time here. Cooper Flagg coming off a screen. Can he get the dagger? 3-ball, please. Bang. There we go. That is the dagger. We're going to win the NBA Finals here in 2027. That was very nice. And maybe I could trust him more than Luka at this point. All right, so Finals MVP is Cooper Flagg. 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Average 4.2 stocks in year number 2. Yeah, we're going to try to win even more games next year. That is the goal. Build this team a little bit more around Luka Doncic and Cooper Flagg. Russell Westbrook gets his jersey retired by the Thunder, which it does feel like he's a Thunder legend, but who inherits the Supersonics history, right? I feel like the Supersonics would just stop what they did in the late 2000s and they'd pick up back in franchise history. I don't think the Thunder should get the Supersonics history if the Supersonics came back to the NBA. So we do own our first round pick this year at 32. The Nets got a couple picks there in the lottery. They actually have 3 via New York, Houston, and Philly. The Bulls get number 1 and the Rockets via the Nets get number 2. So I ended up drafting Kelly Marshall here with the 32nd pick and Dylan Stockton in the 2nd round. The Bulls took Tyron Stokes there with the number 1 overall pick. I think I'm going to pick up the team option on CJ McCollum because that could be included in a trade. Same with Dadier and Drake Powell because we're really not going to have that much cap space either in free agency, which could be a loaded class of Giannis, Jokic, Curry, Towns, KD, Jalen Green, Jimmy Butler, Tower Hero of all unrestricted free agents. We're going to get a solid backup point guard here in Trey Mann and a 2nd rounder for Ben Shepherd and Pacomi Dadier. And I would like to bring back most of my 2nd rounders. I don't know if they would all take the qualifying offer. I mean, like, they probably will. I'm also going to sign Aaron Nesmith here with my mid-level exception to a 3-year, $28 million deal. And we get a Vucevic, Brea, Tugler, and Fland all back. I do believe all those guys will be in the draft outside of a Vucevic. I believe he is going back to Illinois. It's different this year because of NIL. The 2nd round draft pool isn't as talented as maybe it's been in the past because a lot of the guys that maybe aren't consensus first rounders are going back to school and are making more money than some first rounders will make. Like PJ Haggerty's in the transfer portal asking for a lot of money, like $4 million. And if he got that, that's more than like, I think like even the 30, like Isaiah Collier did not make $4 million this year to my calculations. I could be wrong, but yeah, everybody's going up, which is great to see. We had Trey Mann, who will be a nice scorer off the bench. And a lot of those guys we brought back are just kind of like luxury pieces at this point. I don't even know if they're going to play for us in the rotation next year because I could end up making a trade for like a really good shooting guard to put in between Luka and Flagg, but I just don't mind having like a blend of Nesmith and Max Christie over there. And I do need to release 2 players before the season starts. I'm honestly serious about releasing my 1st round pick this year in Kelly Marshall. No, that wouldn't be wise, but this may just be the last year anyway, so I'll probably trade somebody. And yeah, I'm going to get a 1st round pick from the Miami Heat for Tomislav Vucevic. So we are good there. I guess Kyle Filipowski is going to be my backup center. Maybe it's going to be Mo Gay, actually, so I think we'll be okay with that. McCollum's not going to play a ton this year. It's going to be Christie at the 2. Obviously, Flagg at the 3, Boozer at the 4, Kessler at the 5. We're going to go 32 to Kessler. I'd like to go more to Flagg, more to Boozer this year. All right, so like we're going to have Mann, Nesmith, Filipowski, McCollum, and Mohamed Gay off the bench. We're probably going to go like 24 minutes to Max Christie. We're going to go 35 to the big 3. And then who do I want to get the last spot? Fland, Brea, Powell, or Tugler? Honestly, I may see what Tugler could do. If he's inefficient, I'm going to get Kobe Brea in there. We are 4-star pace and space. We start off the year against the Pelicans and the Warriors, who we beat in the playoffs. And we are going to start off this year 3-0. I hope that this team could win 60 games, given how good this top 3 can be. All right, so we are 43-8 here at the deadline. We can only lose, what, 2 more games? No, I'm dumb. 4 more games if we want to get 70 wins this year. We have an 18.6 point differential. We have the best offense in the NBA. How's the defense? It's the 3rd best defense. It is very close to beating out Las Vegas and Minnesota. And then, yeah, that would be for the best defense in the NBA because the Eastern Conference teams aren't as good. We have almost 3 20-point per game scores with Flagg, Luka, and Boozer. Maybe we look to upgrade the Max Christie spot this year, or maybe he ends up going to the bench and I could trade a luxury of assets to maybe improve that position. So I actually think I'm going to be a little bit active here in our final deadline. All right, and a player I'm going to try to get is Jalen Wells of the Memphis Grizzlies. The only issue is he's not making a lot of money, so it's going to be very tough to trade for him, honestly, because I was going to try to dangle like CJ McCollum. I mean, I don't really have much draft capital. Oh, no, I do. I have this Minnesota pick. I have this Heat pick. Oh, they're all 1-stars, which is kind of a shame. I do own this Spurs pick. Like, if this is going to be the final year, is it dumb to trade 4 first-round picks for Jalen Wells? I actually don't know. Like, what about, I mean, Tugler has actually been a good rotational piece. If I did Brea and 4 first-round picks for Jalen Wells, Brea has a no-trade clause. So what about Kelly Marshall, who I just drafted in the first round of 4 first-round picks? Can I get a 5th first-rounder in there? And could that deal get done? Damn it. Yeah, none of those, besides one, maybe have, like, a decent amount of value. What about if we did my 2030 first? Does that go to 1.5 stars? It does. Damn, I was hoping to get Wells. To be honest with you, I actually don't think I could find a trade that I like, so I'm just going to hope that Max Christie could play well, and if he doesn't, we can maybe include either McCollum into the rotation, but I think we could also put in Aaron Nesmith, who has been a good 3-point shooter this year at 42%, also shoots 95% from the free throw line. All right, so Luka Doncic wins MVP in this video. It's not going to be Cooper Flagg, who we're going to build more around Flagg than like Luka from this in my #1 pick rebuild. Kenny Atkinson is your coach of the year. Luka, All-NBA first team, but no Cooper Flagg. He doesn't even make All-NBA second team. He ends up on pity old All-NBA third team. So yeah, Cooper Flagg there, number 3rd on number 3rd team. We have Cooper Flagg, all defensive first team. No other Seattle Supersonics in sight. So yeah, here we are in the play-in tournament, or excuse me, taking on the winner of the play-in tournament in the second leg, the Denver Nuggets, who we beat in the playoffs. No, last year Golden State beat Denver for us, so we're taking on them for the first time here. We have a clear big 3 of Luka, Flagg, and Boozer. I love Kessler. That's kind of a positional fit. I mean, hey, maybe if the Jazz win the lottery, you're going to hear me talk about Flagg and Kessler a lot together, because I think, oh my God, that front court, like Flagg and Sarr, or Flagg and Kessler, unreal what they could do for each other. Or Flagg and Alperen Şengün would be unreal. So as much as I like CJ McCollum and he's been here from the start, I'm not going to give him minutes for the playoffs. I think I may actually play JoJo Tugler over Mohamed Gay, who was not very good for us. So we're going to go about 15 minutes a night to Filipowski and Tugler. I'm going to go about 18 to Mann, maybe 20 to Nesmith. We could stick 24 to Christie. Let's go 40 to Luka. Let's go 40 to Flagg. And we can go 1 more to Walker Kessler. So let's beat the Denver Nuggets in round 1. They do not have Tari Eason anymore. So let's see if we should advance to round number 2, right? We just won it all. We just won, what did we win? 68 games? 61 games. Damn. Kind of a disappointing second half. When I was saying that we could maybe win 70 games if we only lost 4 in the second half. But Luka just averaged a 32-point triple-double in round number 1. That is insane. Cameron Boozer, though, you need to be better than that. Taking on the Dallas Mavericks here in round number 2. Kyle Kuzma is like their one notable addition. We talked about Edgecombe before. We beat them in the past, and we win in 5 to go on to the conference finals here yet again. 36 for Luka, 17 for Boozer, 16 for Flagg. All right, so let's see if we can beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in the conference finals. We win game number 1. Luka 42, 14, and 9. Are you kidding me? Oh, Jonas Valanciunas, man. They're getting a good return on their investment from that trade. We win game 2. We win game 3. Can we sweep them? Bang. Luka averages 31, 9, and 12. Darius Akuff is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Yeah, Luka is on a tear right now. I mean, him and Cooper Flagg are combining for 60 points a night. They've turned into the best duo. Max Christie, 27% from the field in the conference finals, and we still swept them. Man, could the Bulls end up with Cooper Flagg? Let's see what happens here in the NBA Finals. Oh my God, we just dominated the playoffs, 16-1. I mean, I really wasn't scared about any of the opponents, like maybe Dallas in round number 2, but where's San Antonio? Where's OKC? Where is Houston? The CPU is not doing a good job rebuilding these teams. I mean, Houston has all the assets in the world. They go 43-39. How are the well, I guess they don't have Chet, but why aren't they re-signing Chet? They go 36-46. You have Wemby. Where did the Spurs end up? Oh, they were the 2 seed. We just got very lucky. Oh my God, and they have Jimmy Butler. That Phoenix beat them in round number 1. People would be calling our ring definitely a Mickey Mouse type title. And that is going to be for me. That was just a fun expansion rebuild, just kind of like a fantasy style one that I wanted to do before the draft lottery, because my next rebuild, or one that you will see from or after the lottery, depending on when this video comes out, will be my number 1 pick rebuild. And like I said, yeah, Cooper Flagg is got a very high chance of being your number 1 overall pick. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.